Welcome back, and hello if you're new. So, if you've been watching for the last 2 weeks, I've been counting down some of my absolute favourite records of 2018. And although these albums are somewhat in numerical order, it doesn't necessarily kind of translate to how I rank them. Personally, I think that all of these albums deserve your time. But without further ado, the show must go on, as Freddie Mercury would say, so let's carry on this countdown. And for me, Ordinary Corrupt Human Love is their best work to date because it combines that nostalgic haze that they've always had with this idea of shoegaze and that black metal bite. I feel that on Ordinary Corrupt Human Love, that balance has finally been reached. It's also been my go-to relaxing album. I don't think there's any album that I've listened to more when I've just needed to switch off and just calm down. Following on from that though, we go back into the world of death metal with Revocation's The Outer Ones. Now, I've been a fan of Revocation since around about Existence is Futile, and it's been so great to be able to see this band ascend slowly but surely to their rightful place, and I think that The Outer Ones is easily, without a doubt, their best work to date. Mainly because it comprises all of the previous elements and puts them into this brand new package. And I think that particularly Dave Davidson and Dan Gargiulo on guitars absolutely wipe the floor with everyone. For me, what I loved the most about hearing this record is that those jazz fusion style solos are pretty much rife throughout the entire album, and they don't sound just stuck in for the sake of being stuck in. The Outer Ones also showcases Revocation's ability to kind of like pull things back a bit, and even though, you know, it may be fast paced and incredibly relentless, I feel that the band have adopted a more simplistic idea to the songwriting, which really makes the song speak for itself. Now, topping The Satanist was never going to be an easy thing to do, but what I enjoyed the most about I Loved You at Your Darkest is that it is totally different. Yes, it's still in that sort of slightly weird black metal, classic rock style vein that they started creating with The Satanist, but I Loved You at Your Darkest is something completely different. For me, I think it's an album that shows Behemoth really beginning to come into their own, and following this platform that The Satanist has now given them, they're now able to really experiment with different ideas. And it's ironic because I haven't actually listened to that album that much, and for me, that's the sign of a good album. When you really listen to it, you put everything you can into that listen of the album. I feel that those small but very, very essential listens make up such a massive experience. Sounds like it is an arcane tome. That's what I love the most about it, is it really inhabits this idea of being against Christianity, and it's an absolute classic. I would recommend it to anyone this year. Now, this is a record that for me, Rollo Tomassi have been hinting at for a very long time. I've always loved their sense of quite nostalgia-inducing, I guess, electronic sections and these more post-rock soundtrack type soundscapes. Time Will Die and Love Will Bury It has a perfect balance, really, between the kind of Converge-like screaming and that beautiful alpenglow. Like, Aftermath is probably one of my most played tracks this year, but again, as it's an album that I really, really love, it ebbs and flows so beautifully that I really want to give it all my attention. So I haven't actually listened to it as much as I probably would have liked to. I think that Rollo Tomassi truly have outdone themselves this year, and it's really great to see that this album is placing on quite a lot of people's year-end list, because It's about time this band really got noticed. And finally we come to the masters of the ostentatious, the kings of the cinematic world, that is Ghost's prequel. Throughout the years, Ghost have not been a favourite band of mine. It took me until probably when I saw them at Bloodstock headline that I really understood what this band was about, and they are very much a live band. From the details in the artwork right down to the songwriting, every single second of Prequel has been thought out to the nth degree, and it may seem incredibly simplistic in terms of how the songs are structured, but there is so much going on that not only allows you to come back for more, but when you do come back for more, there are so many individual layers that you can hear in that track. What I enjoyed the most about this record, though, is the sense of this cinematic prog idea that Ghost have put forward with them, and this almost like a tongue-in-cheek sense with Dance Macabre and Miasma when that massive saxophone solo comes in. You cannot beat it. So I hope you guys enjoyed my picks for this week. Make sure to tune in next week for my final top 5. I'm sure that I've missed out Alkaloid, but let me know what you think. I'd love to see what you thought of the video and any comments you might have, so please drop a comment down below. If you did enjoy this video, hit that like and subscribe button. I've got loads of interviews, album reviews, all sorts of stuff. You guys know the drill. And I will see you guys next week for the final chapter of my Album of the Year series. Alright, take care guys.